Amitabha Buddha, ladies and gentlemen, people woke up this morning. The first idea is, do people remember the Buddha? People remember the Buddha, but do people have the heart to pray for the dead? But the masses recite the Buddha to make love to each other. A deed or Buddha. A deed or Buddha, a deed or Buddha. I ask Amitabha Buddha to send me to the West. Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. Ladies and gentlemen, today I will read some of the, as the great patriarch continues, but I didn't get it today. I want to sit with you. The masses are like yesterday, Sunday afternoon brothers meeting. Like yesterday's big reports of Buddhist giants have told, just one. Your teacher in the main hall is doing well. Eat normal rice in the afternoon, still functioning normally. But there was a fall. Ra was unconscious. The mouth is breathing hard, breathing hard. I see that impermanence comes to me. Death comes to me. It's in seconds, folks, it's in seconds. That's why everyday great efforts, with the whole mass, the great efforts with all of you are. It's not what you call it. They are for the great ones themselves. Folks, since the great see the great share Pure Land. But what's still important is, fight hard to build the will for Cho. Give you the element? The more I share my heart is stronger, more solid and see for human life. Among modern people, more open up your mind, sir. We keep touching. What do these people think is? The future is born. The future is born as a Buddha to save sentient beings. Our idea of the dead is not selfish for an individual, which is looking forward to being sound. I want to be able to do it quickly, be born early to go there, to quickly become a Buddha, to be fully capable, full capacity to return to us to the full range of sentient beings. Do we have to have that kind of mind? We say that boundless beings swear their vows, but really we're completely. They are not capable to. Especially living beings in the age of France. In the age of 5, it's very difficult to slip. It's very difficult. Should receive or confide in you rather than. I am so lucky that the grace of receiving is. I just went to the temple to meet the environment. Then when I was at home, it has now been built. Listening to the Dharma of the High Ten German, the teachings of the masters and read the Sao. Mastering Gokun Kwang at home, apply the practice gradually at home. Then we went to the temple, is the only professional at that time. The modern approach to the temple is Kwan the Yin Temple. It is now called the Seven of Avalokitesvara. That's the stage where the Pure Land is very strong. It's the only place where the Buddha's name is practiced. Going through school for a while, up to now 11 years. The number of brothers, the number of people who were with me at that time. A lot of people call it giving up. Can't hold on. If you talk about Pure Land, you can also hear it. That too, you know that, but it's very distracting. He no longer has a mind. The only, or not having a really strong mind because of birth and death. No longer strong about life and death. Gradually they are tempted by the fame. They are tempted by the so-called. You understand a power source. It makes them suffer from external conditions. It loses its meaning, the original death. So the people say that the people are very lucky, very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a few days. The AI brothers also have a sore throat. Two coughs, who has a fever. The modern world should be. What are the stages of the Master's work? Every time we talk about the work of the Masters is to ignite the mind so powerfully that the words speak. But today, the throat hurts. People who want to share. Let's talk softly. I don't know what to talk about for a long time. Modern people are afraid of you sharing your sleeping. Because share your learning with you. Modern people really want to use it all my passion, all of my energy. It's called emotional thinking, and it's all about the lecture, the sharing. Modernists sound that every modern day wishes that say these words, to shake, wobbling to formalize yourself, and wake everyone up, and ignite the fire of faith, let it perish. Give it strength, don't let it be extinguished, don't let it be extinguished. I remember hearing the French. It's about daily learning. It's very important to us. It's very important to us. Let's tell you what to do. To lock time light and dark. If you have full staff, have a stable lock time is to good, extremely good. And for those who like to share their meals, I have to go to the market in the morning. I have to go to work in the morning or due to a certain quality of work. It's a profession that I couldn't settle for 2 hours that morning and night. What to do? Even if you have a light and dark clock, or people who don't have time for light or dark, but I have to vow to listen to you. Master Kwang, you said, just the idea of wanting to die, that's the vow of birth. And as the great masters expect you that we do it too. Morning and be true to the altar and pray to heaven, with a most earnest heart longing for boredom. I'm tired of this woman and I want to go back to happiness. It's like an expression of affection. A mind of mine sent to the West ecstasy. I really want to know if I'm real or fake. The Buddha knows everything. But what they want to say about you at Sao? Master Kwang or all of them? All of my teachers advise me. So, in the morning and in the evening give birth because it's a model for sentient beings to see. And that's like a thing. Remind yourself of the goal. It's my practice. What is my direction in this life? When you meet the Pure Land, what is it? Because of the ecstasy of the Western world, to times of light and dark, people know that it's not the morning and the evening, that even everything comes to the great. Everything comes to the big ones, or the giants doing whatever it is, who always have the desire to. Let me turn to the West ecstasy, or Amitabha Buddha to send you to the West ecstasy. The first stage that you practice to build long-term purity, to recite the Buddha, to be persistent, keep up the good work, it is very important. The more true your will is, the more earnest, then the use of your recitation works. It's never superficial. It's never too late. Never be lazy, be lazy. Very diligent, gentlemen. Every police officer in every situation. And not go to the main hall and work hard. So, it's in the hall that we recite the Buddha's feast. Then that's of course, because that's the environment. Let us do that. If we go to school, we have to go to school. If we're lucky, we have to go to the tailor's workshop. Let's go to the main hall. If we worship the Buddha, we must go to the main hall. That. And the one who is truly willing. It's in every scene. In all circumstances, Everything can remember the Buddha. Recite the Buddha and do not leave this Buddha sign. Use this Buddha sign, use this prayer. Use this Buddha sign. This wish. It's about dealing with people between people. Use the Buddha sign using this prayer is to give up the practice for ourselves. In every scene. Assume but be patient. Now say I think I die tonight. Or maybe just a little bit more. Even if you want to fight, I can ignore it now. Now think about living. Think of the dead. Thinking about the future. I met Buddha. We said that. My future is to save all sentient beings. They scold me. Any way to go, but they're still sentient beings. The future. I want to be sad about them, so why should I be sad about them? To think about the thing that prepares Buddha to come to receive me. Maybe I'm angry. Think about it a little bit closer to dying. Come together in hatred by struggle. Just think of impermanence. Think about the things that are close to you. It stops me on the road. It's natural to let go. I let it down. Today is modern. Tiredness is very tiring in the person with a sore throat, but the modern try to say, but I try to share it with you. It keeps its body very tired. You should expect to be listening to French memory. Listening to Dharma is very important for us. It's like our holy heart. We're like a sewer. It hasn't been opened. Our listening to the Dharma is to open up this mind. That's listening to French. We're building the mind with intention. For solid, for strong. To open up this mind. Then naturally we recite the Super Buddha will. We recite Buddha a lot. We recite the Buddha will be comfortable. Those who understand nothing about faith. Not true where the faith is not true. Where the soul prays to be born. And then there's the thought, like the sunshine, the rain. It's like a few meals to give up. It's important to last you a long time. We go the long way. Long lasting. I'm tired of talking to you. Lost sleep. Sore throat, slashed neck, it's tired, it irritates the body. So, every time the disease comes, we'll have a feeling that tired of our world, she took advantage of ecstasy. Every time the disease comes, tired of asking her to take advantage of ecstasy. And sometimes the person who practices gets sick. Sick all the time. This is my joy. This is my happiness. The person who practices keeps getting sick or sick. This is Kia. Don't feel that your karma is heavy. It's a chance to see this life. It's nothing. But let us hold on. Even this body of ours, it's not listening to us. What are the strange things? Outside scene. Every time the disease comes, you see a person who's healthy. It sounds strong. Not sick in the past, but when the disease comes, the cancer comes. I hear a disease come on suddenly. Naturally, they collapse, like falling down a mountain and dying. There are people who are sick that way. But what kind of sick information, eh? That's the same. Get used to it normally. The same is true of our Buddha reciters. Sometimes adversity happens to us. People go too much. It's time to die. When I get used to it, Amitabha Buddha sends me to the West. People who live happily are normal. When the charm hits the scene, the power of karma is suddenly God blames the earth. It's called incompetence, or there is no preparation at all. Be prepared for this natural birth and death. Suddenly chaos, panicked and scared and finally lost. So, everything it does has its value. The practitioner you see is very sick, or have a cold for a long time. I have a fever and a sore throat. Just be comfortable. I just use that as a vehicle, to be an opportunity to see impermanence, to see birth and death, to try to practice more. I think the big shares are here today. Share here. Let the people try. The people of this world's rational efforts to listen to you. Try to make this body your last. What is this life? There's nothing more important. It's the cultivation of wisdom. For my own self, people try to make an effort. Modern will also try, but will also try you. Namo Ad Do Buddha wishes the masses. This life, I am determined to return to the Western world. Extremely lost. Non-tissue Ad Do Buddha.